Hi everybody, I'm Kristen, Reiki Master and Yoga Teacher, here with a short yoga experience to strengthen the muscles, move the joints, and deepen the breath. So let's go ahead and start standing. We can spread our feet a little bit wider than Tadasana. And we're just going to start by kind of moving side to side. So if you can see, as I move to one side, my opposite foot comes off the ground, my toes stay. And I'm just gently moving side to side to begin to lubricate the joints. Allowing my hands to kind of gently hit the sides of my body as I move from side to side, really quickly, really gently, waking the body up. And then from here, hands on the hips, we can do some hip circles. So a really soft and gentle way to kind of wake up the pelvis. Go in both directions. Any yoga class, of course, starts with a centering, but what I like to do is begin with some gentle movement because I find that the centering, you get a little more out of it, deepen the breath, and a little more centered if you've moved the body a little bit. So we'll go ahead and move the shoulders in both directions. So forward and backward. If you're not matching exactly what I'm doing, that's fine, as long as you're moving your shoulders. And spread the feet a little bit wider, and we'll just do some like scissoring with the arms here from side to side. Again, the more gentle movement we do, even if it's a couple of minutes before the centering portion of the class, the more you get out of it. And then pausing here, hands on the hips. We're just going to lift the legs. Gentle marching. The legs don't have to come up too high. And for an added challenge, the next time the right leg comes up, you can tap it with the left hand. Same thing with the other leg. So just bring the arms up and around. Good. A few more of those. And then just pausing in your Tadasana. And what we'll do here is just some gentle movement with the neck. So taking an inhale, and on the exhale, moving to the right. Inhale to the center, exhale moving to the left. So we're just turning the neck here and actually beginning to do what's called breath aligned movement. It's trying to move with the inhale and the exhale here. It doesn't matter, inhaling towards center, inhaling away from center. It's less important than just moving with your breath. Good. And then pausing in the center and just dropping the head and kind of rolling it to one side, rolling back to the center, rolling to the other side. And again, doing this as much or as little as is comfortable for your neck. Neck is something we always want to protect. So just bringing some gentle movement to wake up those vertebrae a little bit. And then pausing in the center. Go ahead and bring the right arm up, gentle placement on the left side of the head for a really gentle stretch to the left side of the neck. You might not even have to push because the neck can get kind of tight, so really gentle here. And then bring the right arm down, left arm comes up, same thing other side. Good. Good. And from here, we're going to come down onto our mats. And go ahead and find the Shavasana. So coming down onto your back, everything relaxes. So hands, arms, legs come to the floor in a fully relaxed position. I will say, as a suggestion, to go ahead and bring your hands to your belly. Normally, Shavasana is done with the hands on the floor, but engaging a little bit with the breathing here. So closing your eyes, relaxing into your Shavasana with the hands on the belly, and just noticing the breath here. What we're working toward always in a yoga class is belly breathing. day, the busyness of the day, our breath tends to get a little shallow in the chest area and in the shoulders. So we want to intentionally encourage the breath to drop to the belly. So really feeling into the expansion of the belly on the inhale and the relaxation of the belly back towards the spine on the exhale. And bringing your mind, your focus to your belly. So if your mind is jumping around a little monkey brain, this is normal, monkey mind, go ahead and consciously put your attention on your belly, where your hands are, to enhance the experience of the inhale, filling the belly up, and the exhale, allowing the belly to relax back toward the spine. And also noticing any tension in the jaw, maybe relax the tongue, tension in the shoulders, encourage them to drop, tension in the hips. We even wiggle your sacrum a little bit just to kind of encourage that part of the body to relax just a little bit more. Continuing to breathe. And then when you're ready, you can gently allow your hands to relax back onto the floor. And go ahead and bend the legs, bringing the feet flat to the floor. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. I'm just pausing here. And then pulling the knees in toward the belly, kind of wrapping the hands around, maybe moving gently side to side. But just pausing here and allowing the body to continue to breathe. So really breathing into your legs, the thighs kind of creating a container for the belly. And the legs are pressed up toward the belly like that. It encourages abdominal breathing, which is the kind of breathing we want in yoga, that belly breathing. A few more breaths here. I think go ahead and release the pressure on the legs and kind of bring the hands to the knees. Legs are still pulled in. And we're just going to do some circles here with the hips. Just beginning to bring some movement to the joints, or continuing. We did a little in the beginning. Going in both directions. Good. And then same thing with the knees. We're going to move the lower leg. So if you notice, I'm basically taking my lower leg and making a circle. And do both of them, just kind of make circles in opposite directions. And then we want to go in the opposite direction for both legs. Good. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and extend the legs long, extend the arms long. This is called Sleeping Tiger. It's technically a restorative inversion, but it's a good one to just engage everything without putting any pressure on the joints. So really pressing the palms and the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, but also engaging the abdomen. So really engage those belly muscles. Make sure the spine is pushed down towards the floor. Make sure to keep space in the neck and the throat. Neck is long. Good, and then dropping everything down. Legs are bent. Arms come alongside the body. You can spread the feet as wide as the mat. And then taking an inhale. On the exhale, we're going to drop the knees to the left. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, drop to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, drop to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, drop to the right. So do that a few more times, moving with your breath here. So gentle warm up for the lower back, and also working with that breath aligned movement. And then last exhale, taking an inhale, coming up, pausing in the center. Go ahead and turn the body onto one side. And just pausing here for a moment. And when you're ready, gently pushing yourself up into a seated position. So go ahead and grab any supports you might want to sit on. If you need a minute to do that, go ahead. Didn't mention that at the beginning. So just a comfortable seated position. It's always good to have something to sit on so the hips are a little bit higher than the knees. Hands come to the knees. And we're just breathing here. Go ahead and close the eyes for a moment. And just taking some inventory here, particularly with our spinal alignment. So let's make sure the shoulders are dropped, the neck is long, engaged in the belly just slightly. Good. Go ahead and open the eyes. And we're going to do some modified cat-cow movement or breathing here. So taking an inhale, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, we're going to round the back. Let the belly fall back towards the spine. Inhale, arching the back, opening the belly. Exhale, rounding the back. So this is a modified version of cat-cow. You might prefer the traditional, but what I like about this, it's easier on the wrists and the knees for one. So if you've got sore wrists, this can be a modification. But it also encourages awareness of the fact that the movement is coming from here. It's coming from the belly. The neck and the tailbone, like the rest of the spine, are following along. We're not intentionally extending the neck or intentionally overarching the back. We're just moving from the center of the spine here, opening up to inhale, and then pulling everything into exhale. And the tailbone and the neck just kind of follow suit. So sometimes I see people doing cat-cow and they're kind of overdoing it with the back a little bit, which over time can compress. And we don't want compression in the neck and the lower back. So good. Inhale. And exhale, we'll just come into a neutral spine. Dropping the hands by the sides of the body. A little breath aligned movement here. So inhaling the arms up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. And I encourage you to move with only the length of the inhale. So if your inhale stops here, then lower the arms down. So just notice that. Taking an inhale, Maybe your inhale only goes this far. You don't have to go all the way up if you're not inhaling quite so much yet. But most importantly, moving with your breath. One more time. Exhale down. Good. Pausing for a moment. We're going to do a little stretching here to open up the side body. So inhaling up. Exhale, right arm comes down, left arm stays up. Stretch that left side body over to the right. Inhaling the left arm long, and exhale one more time, deepening the stretch. And you should feel a good stretch here. It shouldn't be painful. If it is, pull back a little. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale, lower. Same thing on the other side. Inhaling up, and exhale, left arm comes down. Stretching over to the left to stretch that right side body. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale, stretch. Good. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, down. One more time to twist. So inhale, the arms up. Exhale, turn to the right, arms come down. Left hand on the right knee, right hand goes behind the body. Beginning kind of a beginning stretch for the mid body. So we're not overdoing it. And notice that my chin's roughly in alignment with my sternum. We don't need to overextend the neck here. Twist is in the mid body. And then exhale, coming back to the center. Other side, inhale up, exhale down. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Twist in the mid body. Chin roughly in line with the sternum. And taking an inhale, exhale, coming back towards the center, pausing for a moment. And just noticing if your breath feels a little deeper than it did at the beginning. Maybe the belly is expanding a little more. Might feel like you have a little more space. Okay, we'll go ahead and come to a tabletop. So if you have any props, just slide them out of the way. Coming into tabletop position. So hands and knees. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and we'll do a couple cat-cow here as well. So inhale, dropping the belly, exhale, pulling the belly in towards the spine. And again, as I was saying, neck and tailbone kind of follow suit here. We're not overextending in the neck or the lower back. No need to do that. So it's really about gentle undulation of the spine here. And deepening the breath. Let's do one more. Inhale, arching the back. Exhale, pulling the belly in. And then coming back to a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and take the right leg back. Actually, let me turn so I'll be facing you. So right leg back. And we're just going to rock back and forth, beginning to warm up, or a little more warm up to the hip joint, to the leg in general, the ankle. So we're just rocking back and forth here. And then pausing in the center, engaging the muscles a little bit. Take an inhale, lift the right leg, and hold. So we're just holding that right leg in place. Remembering to breathe. And then exhale, lowering down, backing up a little. We'll do the same thing. Inhale that right leg up, and if you have it, go ahead and extend that left arm. It's coming into bird dog here, really engaged in the abdomen. Engaged in the abdomen, long in the spine. And then exhale, coming down. Spreading the knees wide, coming into a child pose. Bring the forehead to the floor. staying in child's pose just for a moment, allowing the belly to press up against the legs as you inhale. So any resistance against the belly really helps to encourage that abdominal breathing. And then coming back up to your tabletop, extending the left leg back, and rocking back and forth. Kind of warming up the leg muscles, the hip joint, the ankle joint, a little bit in the knee. And then pausing in neutral, taking an inhale, lifting that leg, engaging those leg muscles, keeping the abdomen engaged as well. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lifting that leg, engaged in the leg. Right hand comes forward or right arm if you have it. It is optional. We don't have to extend the right arm. You can see my right arm is extended. Balancing just on the left arm and the right knee. And then exhale, spreading the knees wide, coming into your child's pose just to catch your breath. Breathing in your child's pose, allowing that belly to fill up on the inhale and relax back towards the spine on the exhale. Good. Coming into a tabletop. And we're going to go ahead and take the left leg forward. So coming into a low lunge. And what we're going to do here is gently ease forward into the lunge. So I have both my hands on my left leg, gazing forward, and just kind of easing into this lunge or this hip stretch here. So if you've been sitting all day or if you do sit a lot, it's good to kind of ease into this. Hip flexors get really tight, and over time they can get shorter. This is a great stretch to do to counter that. But easing into it is good. Good. So taking an inhale, raising the arms up, and exhale, coming into a more full expression of the lunge. Shoulders are down, neck is long, gazing up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Good. And then exhale, bring the leg back, coming into a hamstring stretch or half Hanuman. And you can come all the way down if you prefer. The runner's stretch, I think it's called. But this is good for me. But you go ahead and come down as low on that right leg as you prefer. Just shouldn't have any pain here. It should feel like a good stretch in the hamstring, but you don't want pain. Good. Coming forward back into the lunge. So go ahead, inhaling the arms up, coming into that full lunge again. Good. Exhale the arms down. We're going to take the left arm back and up, coming into a twist here. This is fine here. The right hand is right next to the left foot. Or if you'd like, go ahead and lift that right knee for a little added challenge. It's a little twist in the body, engaged in those legs. And the neck is turned gently up to where the ceiling meets the wall as well. So we're not overextending in the neck. Good. Exhale, arm comes down, knee comes down, coming back into your child's pose. Allowing that belly to press up against the thighs, increasing that abdominal breathing capacity. So just pausing for a breath in your child's pose. And then taking an inhale, coming back up to your tabletop. Right leg comes forward. Hands on the knee, and we're just easing into the stretch. So keep continuing to breathe, just kind of easing in. Gazing forward. Good. And then taking an inhale, arms come up, come into more full expression of the pose. Gaze is up toward where the ceiling meets the wall. Shoulders are down, neck is long. Good. And then arms come down, coming back into that half Hanuman. Runner's stretch, stretching the hamstring. Coming all the way down onto the back leg if you prefer that. Continuing to breathe. And then coming forward, foot comes flat, inhaling the arms up. Again, deepening the stretch. And be conscious not to overarch in the back here. This is a bit of a back bend, but we shouldn't be like really compressing in that lower back. Even if you're flexible over time, you could have some compression there, so really good not to overextend, especially if you do have lower back issues. Good. Arms come down. Left hand goes right next to the right foot. That right arm comes up and over for a twist. And of course, if you want to lift the leg, that left leg, go ahead. Strong in the legs. Nice twist. Gazing toward the right. Good. Right arm comes down. Oops. Coming back into your child's pose. And pausing for a breath. And again, allowing that belly to really expand into the thighs. Deepening the breath, although heart rate is up now a little bit, as is the breathing rate. But it can still be deep into the abdomen. And then when you're ready, coming up onto your hands and knees, and from here, pushing up into a downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet a little bit, stretch those legs a little, maybe move the hips a little side to side. Good. You're just breathing in your down dog. Your neck is long but neutral. The heels do not need to touch the floor. Shoulders are down. Try to relax the jaw. Relax the tongue. Strong in the arms, strong in the legs. Pulling that lower belly in toward the spine, long in the lower back. Good. And then walking the feet forward, coming into a forward fold. Just pausing here in your forward fold. And then go ahead, taking an inhale and a half lift. So just coming into a flat back, pausing here, breathing for a moment with a flat back, keeping a slight bend in the knees to protect the lower back. And then exhale, folding forward. Go ahead and shake the head, yes and no. Just encouraging that neck to be supple and loose. And then taking an inhale, reverse swan dive, bring the arms all the way up. Pausing for a moment, reaching toward the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And then hands to the side. So coming to the middle of the mat, I'm gonna go ahead and spread the feet a little bit wider. Let's just put the hands on the hips. We're just gonna do a few hip circles here, just to kind of lubricate those hips. Make sure the lower back is feeling open and supple. And then coming back into your Tadasana. So doing a little bit of a chair pose warm up here with the legs. So hands on the hips again. Taking an inhale, exhale, we're gonna bend the knees as if we're coming into chair pose. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, come up. And the idea here is to really kind of keep the spine long. So we don't want to be arching the back. So essentially, if you're noticing your butt sticking out too much, try not to overextend that way. But bend the knees. And imagine the spine is coming straight down and straight up. Only a slight back bend, potentially. Shoulders are down, engaged in the abdomen. And also making sure that the knees do not go past the toes. Good. So pausing here, inhaling the arms up, and coming into goal pose or full extension if you prefer. Inhaling to extend, and then bending the arms. Inhale, extend, bending the arms. So this brings some movement to the arms as well. I tend to do chair pose with my arms in goal pose. It's a little easier on the shoulders and the upper back if you have tension there. If you don't, the full extension can actually be a nice back stretch. Good. And then pausing here, arms come out in front. So it looks like this from the side. And then taking an inhale, opening everything up, and close. Opening up, close. So doing our chair pose, bring some movement into the arms. Moving with the breath here. Good. And then pausing here. Arms can stay long or they can come in to heart center. Just pausing for a few breaths, working those legs, engaged in those inner thighs. And inhale, opening everything wide, exhale, good. We'll just spread the feet a little wider and just do a little of this just to kind of get a little movement. And you can even just, just kind of shake everything out. Sometimes just shaking the wrist, especially after that cat-cow, moving the ankles a little bit. Just kind of, a good body shake is actually a really great release anytime, but particularly kind of midway through a yoga class or midway through a workout. Might look funny at the gym doing this, but it's good for the body. Okay, so from your Tadasana, let's go ahead and spread the feet wide. Toes point toward the corners of the mat, hands on the hips. And we'll do a little bit of goddess pose here. So on taking an inhale, exhale, bending the knees out towards those corners. Inhale up, exhale, bend. Inhale up, exhale, bend. Inhale up, exhale, bend. Next, inhale, arms come up. And exhale, coming into your goddess pose. You can move back and forth a little, side to side. Just keeping in mind that the knees shouldn't go too far past the toes. That can be hard on the knees. So you want to keep them strong and stable. So if you can't see your toes, maybe pull back a little. But this is good for the inner thighs, those upper leg muscles. And then pausing in neutral. And inhaling everything up, legs are long, arms are long. And then extending the arms out wide for star pose. Making sure the neck is long and neutral. Star pose is great for the pectoral muscles, kind of the pericardium, heart opener. Which is, I think, good for these times we're in. If we can keep our hearts open, that's a good thing. Good. Bring the arms down. And from here, moving into warrior two on the left. So the left toes point towards the short end of the mat, and the right foot is roughly parallel to the other end of the mat. That left heel points roughly to the middle of the right foot. Pretty wide stance. So we're going to ease into the pose here. So taking an inhale, exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, bend the knee, coming into the full expression of the pose, warrior two. Gazing out towards or over that left hand. Really important here, engaging in the legs. So engage in those inner thighs, engage in those upper leg muscles, engage in that abdominal area. Really keep this strong, long in that lower back. Really creating a nice container here for the sacrum and for the breath. Continue to breathe. So dropping that right arm, lifting the left arm, coming into a peaceful warrior. Great stretch in the left side body. Gazing up towards the ceiling, but not wrenching the neck. And exhale, coming back into warrior two. From here, coming into triangle pose. So we'll go ahead and straighten the leg, but not completely. Straighten the front leg. Micro bend in the knee is fine. We're going to take the right hand, flip it around, and press it into the lower back. So it looks like this. Back of the hand is pressed into the lower back. So modified triangle to start here. Reaching forward with the left hand, dropping the left hand down, rolling that right shoulder back. A long spine here. So we're essentially in triangle pose here. Not locking that left knee. And what's interesting about triangle is triangle pose is in the core. It's in the spine, it's in the abdomen. It's not in the arms, and it's in the legs as well. So strong legs, strong core, all the way up to that rib cage. And then the arms can do whatever they want. It's really not that important. So this is fine. If you'd like to extend the arms with a little more intention, that's fine. So that left hand rests along the left knee, right arm comes up, gazing up towards the right hand. Some people like to come down really low in their triangle. You can, it's not necessary, because again, if you're really engaged and open here, creating a good container for the breath, that's ideal. Breathing here, a workout for the abdomen, for sure. And then bending that left knee, dropping the arms down, finding your warrior two, and breathing here. It is challenging to breathe in triangle pose. We'll do the other side. If you're really doing the pose, it will challenge your breathing a little bit. Go ahead, I'm going to turn the left toes in, arms come down, right toes point out, left foot roughly parallel to the back of the mat. Taking an inhale, the arms come up. Well, actually, hands on the hips to start. Sorry about that. Taking an inhale, exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, exhale, bend. Next, inhale, the arms come up, exhale, warrior two. I do a little warm up coming into the pose often. It's good for the joints. So, nice parallel extension with the arms, strong in the legs, engaged in the abdomen, but maintaining that deep inhale, deep exhale. And then dropping the left arm, peaceful warrior. Breathing here. And exhale, warrior two. So straightening that right leg, not completely, a little bit of a micro bend. Left hand, flip it. Back of the hand comes to the lower back, reaching out toward the right. Right hand comes down outside the right knee. That left shoulder tilts back, opening up the chest, long in the spine. Engaged in the abdomen, engaged in the legs, neutral in the neck. This is your triangle pose. If you want the full expression of the pose, go ahead and extend those arms. It does feel good and kind of feels elegant, I think, to extend the arms. but it really isn't necessary. The gaze is either down towards the floor, the toes, or up towards that left hand. Remembering to breathe here. And then when you're ready, bending the knee, coming into your warrior two, pausing for breath. And then you can drop the arms, turn the toes, kind of heel toe the feet back toward a little bit wider than your Tadasana. Let's do some hip circles here. Going both directions. Good. And then just coming back into your Tadasana. You can kind of shake out the arms, maybe shake the legs a little bit. And then finding your Tadasana, just pausing here for a breath. Go ahead and place the hands on the belly. You can close the eyes as long as you feel stable, otherwise gentle gaze toward the floor. And just breathing here. And when you're ready, go ahead and gently make your way down to the mat, any way you can. We're going to come onto our backs, but keep our legs bent. And we're just going to revisit some of what we did earlier. So spreading the feet wide, but still on the mat. Taking an inhale, exhale, drop the legs to the right, drop the knees. Inhale up, exhale, drop to the left. Inhale up, exhale, drop. Moving with your breath here. Go ahead and close the eyes. Again, if you're comfortable with that, and just move with your breath here. So if you're not mirroring me, that's fine, because you might be breathing at a different pace than I am. Next, inhale, come up and pause. Let's go ahead and pull the legs in. Maybe lift the head and kind of come into a ball here. Just a nice counter stretch for the back. So any arching we may have been doing, we can counter with this kind of rounding of the back. And we'll go ahead and release that and extend the right leg out. Let's bring the left leg in, doing this leg stretch, hip stretch here. This is good for the descending colon. It's always beneficial to the body, anything that helps the colon. And then release that, bring in the right leg, stretch, good for the ascending colon. Breathing here, and then release that. And go ahead and roll onto one side and come up. And we're going to come into what's called Dandasana, seated pose with the legs extended. So this is basically Tadasana, but seated. So all the cues apply. You want your hips, knees, and ankles in alignment. Gauge in the abdomen, long in the spine. We keep those shoulders down. Long in the neck. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, we're going to reach out along the legs as much as you can without pain. And then exhale, once you've reached your limit, let the hands come to the floor. Let the back round. The knees can bend as we bring the face and the head toward the legs. So getting a nice forward fold here. Breathing here. And then gently coming up, we'll do it one more time. Inhaling the arms up and reaching out over the legs as far as you can go. And then when you reach your limit, dropping the hands, dropping the head gently, bending the knees so that the legs do not have to stay straight. You should feel a stretch in the legs, feel a stretch in the back, but no pain. If there's any pain, ease up. Good. And coming up, so pulling the left leg in, we're gonna cross it over the right leg. So wrapping that right arm around the left leg, left hand goes behind, coming into a gentle spinal twist here. So inhaling the spine long, exhale, twisting to the left. And noticing that my chin and my sternum are roughly in alignment. I'm not looking over my left shoulder. It's not necessary. The twist is in the abdomen. Breathing here. You can cross the right leg as well, or bend the right leg as well. I tend not to do that. Good. Taking an inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, deepening that twist just a little bit more, really giving that mid-body a nice twist. And then exhale, extending the leg long. Right leg comes over the left. And what I meant is if you want to bend the bottom leg as well, you can. My hips tend to be tight, so I don't do that, but you're welcome to. Left arm wraps around, right hand comes behind, lengthening the spine, and exhale into the twist. Twisting in that mid-body, neck is roughly neutral, chin in alignment with the sternum. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale, deepen that twist just a little bit more. And exhale to release. Prepping for Tadasana, if you need socks or another layer, a blanket, something under the knees, whatever you like for your Tadasana, go ahead and grab that. You can even pause the video for a moment if you need to. Coming down on your back. We'll just do a quick happy baby here. So legs come up, grabbing the outside of the feet, and we're just kind of rolling gently side to side here. Not rolling too much. You want to keep the pelvis stable, but this is kind of a nice, just reward for putting your heart and your soul into your yoga. And then if there's anything else you need to do, any kind of stretching of the arms and legs, if you want to do a quick sleeping tiger just to kind of get any residual tension out of the body, anything that your body needs. And then once you feel complete with that, go ahead and come into your Shavasana. Sorry. So the legs extend long and relax, arms extend long and relax. And then breathing and allowing the body to completely surrender to the floor. And any of the points along the body, so the back of the head, the back of the shoulders, anything along the back, anything along the arms or the legs, the heels. Taking a quick inventory, how can you be 5 to 10% more comfortable? Surrender 5 to 10% more. To really completely allow every inch of the body to relax, including the jaw, the eyes, the tongue, eyebrows. Enjoying some space and some stillness for the next minute or so. Beginning to bring some gentle movement to the fingers and toes. And I'll present two options here. We're going to transition very shortly out of Shavasana into a seated position. If you prefer to stay in Shavasana, that's fine. But when you're ready, so you've moved your arms, your legs, your feet, your toes, your fingers a bit, go ahead and roll onto one side. And just come up when you're ready into a comfortable seated position. And whether you're in Shavasana or in a seated position, and again, feel free to stay in Shavasana. It was a short Shavasana, so I encourage you to stay if needed. Just finding a neutral spine if you are seated, and just taking a moment to offer some gratitude for the time and the space to practice. Bring the hands to heart center. I'll share some gratitude with you for joining me today. Again, my name is Kristen. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.